All right. Yeah, I think we're on now.
Says live.
Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead, Mindy.
So I just emailed you a great article on why suicide is a social justice issue. So I thought it went really well with the policy packet that we just did.
Okay.
You know, that's actually great because I actually felt like suicide would be a perfect thing for us to zero in on. That's what I was thinking about last night.
Right. Because it says it just sees it right now as a clinical issue, but really it's a social issue that we need to kind of take out of the clinic and make it a social issue, not just a clinical issue. So it's a really good article about that.
I'm trying to pull the article up, but when I click on the link, I'm just getting a link from the National Alliance that says, "We're sorry, the page you're looking for appears to have been moved. Try one of the following options."
Okay, let me try it again. Let me refresh the page and I'll do it again. I think I was looking at the different parts of the assignment and paste it here.
And I got the same message.
If we would have had 4 people.
Yes.
I know. I was thinking the same thing because some groups have like 5. I was like, wow. But that it can be good and it can be bad too, because sometimes it's hard to coordinate when it's too many people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, try that again.
All right.
If not, maybe I can just share my screen and you can see it.
I'm still just getting the "we're sorry" screen.
Bummer. Okay, here, let me share screen. Okay, it's this one right here.
Okay.
Okay.
But it talks about why it's a social justice issue.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good article. So I'll try to figure out how to share it. Maybe over here, share.
Well, if nothing else, we can at least look for it on that site.
Yeah, right.
To be able to find it ourselves.
Okay. Once we found it. Google. So it was right here. I just Googled mental health, social justice issues, and it was right here.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see the article again, Mindy. I just want to know the name of the site.
It's the National Alliance on Mental Health.
Okay. All right.
And if you go to the original link that you sent and go to the search box up there and type "suicide prevention" as a justice issue, it takes you straight to the article.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So we do want to talk about. So we're just going to say suicide. Are we going to zero in on a certain age group, or are we just going to keep it general? What do you guys think? Adults.
Well, it says we have to. What did it say? There are specifics. So a geographical location.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Clinical issue, social injustice, geographical location.
Yeah. Well, plus she would like us to, if possible, at least use some of the information from the issues we've already been working on. So I wonder if we need to be looking at suicide in Oregon.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But in our policy packet, we did not say youth. We just in general.
Right.
I mean, I'm probably thinking we can just do suicide in general, suicide prevention in general in Oregon, but
that's what I'm thinking too. It doesn't say like a specific population, does it?
I didn't see that. I suspect as we go into it, we'll see that there's probably a population that's more at risk.
Okay.
You know, just skimming this article, I already see there's a lot of talk about the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Which I think Portland, Oregon, is the highest suicide rate city, and I think they have the highest LGBTQ population there. So,
okay,
I got information from that city.
Yeah, I saw that last night too, but not the LBG, but the whole suicide thing. And I guess it goes back to me, like thinking if they have the best mental health insurance policy, why do they have the highest suicide rate and highest mental disorder? It just seems like something is not adding up.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what we've talked about. Is unfortunately a lot of this that goes on as far as insurance coverage and everything. Very little of it actually deals with prevention of any sort. Which, I mean, I guess you could look at that in healthcare in general. We tend to spend a lot of time fixing things and not as much time on prevention as we should.
So true.
I think that's what the article is about. It's about getting it out of just the clinic and bringing it into schools and workplaces and communities. You know, so I think that's kind of what we are going to with prevention. So,
okay.
I think that would be good.
Cool. All right.
So, topic, we're thinking suicide prevention in Oregon.
Right.
Okay.
So we still have to email this to her, correct?
Yes, that's due on Sunday, the actual topic and division of labor.
Okay.
Which brings us, I guess, to the next thing. Looking at the overview of the assignment, we have to pick the subject, then we have to divide up the work, including dividing up the chapters in the emancipatory nursing textbook. Has anybody had a chance to look at the book?
Yeah, it looks like 4 chapters is what it looks like we have to divide up. Which I
That's kind of, I couldn't tell if it's, do we have to divide up the entire book or just the section on theory?
2 chapters in section 1, it looks like, and 2 chapters in section 4.
Okay.
We can choose our own chapters, but it has to be kind of related to our topic.
All right.
That's why I thought it'd be easier with 4 people.
Blame it on Christina.
I know. Okay. Oh, good job, you guys, by the way. Good grade.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I was very pleased to see that.
Too.
Me too, because you know she grades kind of hard. I know this has been taped, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. No, I think so too.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at section 1. Let's see. Compassion, biopower, and nursing. It's kind of hard to tell by the titles. Social justice from a caring science, cosmology. Next one's No Hiding Place, the search for impermeable boundaries. Nursing to social justice, a case for emancipatory disciplinary theorizing. That's pretty much all I think for that section. Problemizing social justice discourses in nursing. Maybe that one would be a good one. Or there's ethics of discomfort. That might be a good one too. I don't know. None of them really stand out as like that would be just our topic.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, my impression from reading it was that what she wants us to do is kind of divide it up, then get back together and discuss, like each of us teach part of it to the others. I wonder if we should just break up that whole section 1.
Well, she said pick 2 chapters from 1, 2 chapters from 4, and then get together and discuss those 4 chapters.
Okay.
And then pick a chapter is what it sounds like. So did you go to the reading, the course reading? So read any 2 chapters, each from sections 1 to 4, and then you'll need this content for your analysis. So that's the first section, I guess. And then divide up the chapters. Then the team discusses the different chapters, considering which chapter would be most useful to use in light of the topic that they've chosen to analyze. So again, choose which one of those chapters we're going to go by.
Yeah.
Those 4, what it sounds like. Oh, that's the way I read it. But I'm not sure. I don't think we should read the whole section, though. That's a lot. That'd be like 80 pages, like for just the first section.
So if we divide up the sections, and then when we get a chance, we can look through the book and look at the chapters that we think will fit our section, and then we can email each other and say, "Hey, I'm reading chapter so and so," just to make sure we're all not reading the same chapters. Will that work? I don't know.
Well, we should probably pick the chapters today, don't you think? And then we'll get them together after we've read them.
That's what I was thinking, that if we divvied it up, then we have another meeting to discuss it.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay. So maybe we should just pick 4. Which one sounds good?
Yeah, I know the names of the chapters don't tell you a whole lot. And I'm trying to think, okay, which ones would go with, mental health?
Suicide, or let's see what chapter it is. Page 21.
So she's okay. So chapter 4 has something with social moral justice.
Okay.
And then number 6 has nursing and social justice. So
yeah. I think they're all the number 1 sounds pretty good too.
And number 1, yeah.
Okay.
And the ethics of discomfort. I mean,
where's that? Oh yeah.
It's chapter 2. I would think it's either really good, or within a couple of pages you'll think, oh no, this has to do with, graceful dying or something.
So did she say we have to pick it from a chapter from each section? Read that again. The
section 1 and section 4.
Okay, section.
There's 4 chapters total, so we got to figure out who's going to be reading 2 chapters, and then maybe that person.
I actually
on the other one.
Yeah, I actually have a little more time available this coming week, so I can do the 2 chapters.
Okay,
that'll be no problem.
That's great.
You want to just pick from section 1, Paul? Just like one section?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do section 4?
No, I'll be happy to do 2 of the theoretical considerations. I'm just trying to decide.
Well, since you're the one who's doing it, if you just want to stick to the section 1, then you can just kind of browse and pick 2 that you think,
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Yeah, we don't really have to decide that.
Yeah.
But then Andrine and I should decide which ones we're doing of chapter 4 or section 4. So let's see.
Cultivating relational consciousness and social justice.
Next one is liberating the profession of nursing. That doesn't really do anything. 19 looks good. Promoting social justice.
What do you know? That's what circle in my book.
So 19, that would be a good one. Good. Okay. Let's see. Passion in nursing for justice. Or global health equity. That might be a good one too. The last one, 22.
22 or 21. Okay. Passion in nursing for okay.
Oh yeah.
Toward global health equity. Yeah, I think that one looks good. 22.
So which one do you want, Andy?
You do 19. Yours 19 is circled, so I'll do 22 if you want.
Okay. I'll do 19 then.
Okay. I'll do 22. Okay, so that's split up. So then we can split up the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Do we want to figure out a time to get together to talk about the chapters?
We probably should. That way we can make sure we're all on the same page with the theory, etc.
Okay. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12-hour shifts. So that's kind of hard for me to get together on those days. But Thursday, I mean, unless you wanted to get together like this Sunday, like in 2 days, if you guys wanted to wait a little bit longer, we can.
Yeah, let's wait a little bit longer because my presentation is on Tuesday.
Okay. I can do Thursday anytime. Friday, I can do afternoon or evening. When is our thing?
I'm usually available like during weekdays, after 7:30. Get off work 6:30 or so. So I usually say 7:30, which is 8:30 Eastern. Or Saturday I'm kind of open, and then Sundays after church, so like in the afternoon.
And Saturday I'm doing my presentation.
Oh, you're doing it on a Saturday?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. My clinic's open Monday through Friday, 7 to 7. So it's really small, and I have to use the waiting room. So close. I got special permission to do it on a Saturday.
I know. I'll be using the exam room too, girl.
Okay, so we can do it. We can do it. Well, shoot. Saturday night we can do it in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah. It's over at 11 in the morning. It is 1 to 2 o'clock Eastern. Paul, are you Eastern?
Yes.
So you want to do it at this time again, Saturday night?
So yeah, that'll work for me.
30. So that would be 5:30 my time.
Okay, so next Saturday at 7:30, 8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern. So your time 7:30, right?
Okay. Yeah, and that's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be done with our presentations, Adrienne.
I know. I'm gonna try and attend yours because since I'll be here Saturday. Yeah. I've watched a couple so far.
Haven't watched
really. Really? Oh yeah, I've watched 3.
I'm so nervous about it.
Girl, it'll be okay. I'm not even gonna try and be nervous. I'm just gonna be like, look, I just need to get this done. Okay.
No. Okay, 8:30 p.m. That's EST. Meet with Willow group. Okay, and then we want to split up the
actual
PowerPoint.
So
this is going to be kind of difficult because there's so much. I really think we should add in another job too, is for somebody to go over all the APA and formatting at the very end too, before we turn in our slides. But there's the analysis, which is 1 to 2 slides, and then the epidemiology, which is 1 to 3 slides, and then the policy solution looks like it's about 2 to 3 slides, and then the conclusion 1 to 2 slides, and then somebody can do formatting. So I don't care, whatever is up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take anything. I really don't. I mean,
I'm not particular.
I can take B if you guys want, and then I can do the APA part of it if you guys are okay with that.
Okay.
But we still need to talk about the presentation itself. Like we have to present, and it's like a 20 minutes, I think, presentation. So we're gonna have to write up like the talking points and all that stuff. Yeah. But for this, I can do B. I think I can do B.
B as in boy.
Right.
Okay, and then APA. And then, so are we just going to talk our slides? Do you think that would be right? Okay.
That would probably be the easiest.
I think so too.
Well, we can find out, but I actually think one person have to present. Oh, we can find out.
I think it's we each have to present.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have to split it. Doesn't that sound like that? It says we each have to present.
What I see here is under section 3 of presentation, it says teams will present live in a course. Students who could present at the same time were assigned to the same team. So she talks a lot about it in a plural. So I think we all have to present.
So I was thinking we can present our own slides.
Okay. I just say that because, my sister went through the program and there was only one person that actually presented her social justice.
Yeah.
When I was talking to her.
Let's see.
But maybe she changed it.
Do it, Andreen, because you were awesome.
What? Oh, girl, it's long. 20 minutes is a lot of talking.
I know. I bet you will have to split it up, but I can send her an email really quick and ask her.
Yeah, ask her.
Victoria Baker.
We need to get perfection on this one too. Then we all make an A.
Yeah.
I know. That'd be awesome.
In the meantime, I think since I'm doing all the reading on the theory, I guess I can do section C, yeah, or the analysis, either one.
It has to do with the reading, because that's where you come up with the theoretical support,
right?
From the book, from the textbook.
Okay.
So you want to do section A, the analysis, Paul?
Sure.
Okay, and then I can do C, 2 to 3 slides. And then we need to figure out the conclusion. Oh, no, wait, hold on a second. So that's where we have to split it up, is the conclusion. So,
okay, because there's D. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I guess it just depends how many slides we do, because Paul, yours is 1 to 2, and then Andrea, yours is 1 to 3, and mine's 2 to 3. And then, oh wait, mine has the theory in it too. You're right, Paul.
Right, that's what originally had caught my attention.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, so either one. Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, so they both have the book support those. And then let's see. I don't know. I guess we could split. The conclusion can be split up between 2 people, maybe. I don't know if that would be hard to do, though. So what policy changes would be needed? Apply the Milstead process.
For agenda setting.
That would be hard to
split, huh?
Split it up without it feeling real disjointed, I think.
Yeah. How would you approach developing and implementing this policy? Well, let me see what she says about presenting, because then maybe somebody else can present.
So we haven't decided on C as yet, on D?
Yeah, on D, the conclusion. I'm gonna send her this email really quick and just see what she says.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna CC. Okay. I just asked her if one person can do all the talking, or if we have to, or if we can share it, or
Okay.
That. So I don't know if there's a section. It's so hard to tell which section is going to be difficult and what's not, because then I would like to, the person who has the easiest section, we could work in the conclusion with that too. But
right,
they all look pretty dang difficult, actually.
Oh, we need to send it to her, right?
Yes, we have to send her a message saying what our topic is and how we're dividing things up.
So let's see the analysis. So you are going to do 1 or 2 slides, Paul, and you're going to explain the issue.
Use the A-day model. And then describe the theory that supports the whole argument.
So
and bring up the geographic area.
Okay.
So I'll have to incorporate Oregon in there.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that till just now.
Yeah.
I would think that would fall under epidemiological.
That's what I was thinking too. It looks like it's going to be.
It's probably more of a segue then.
Maybe.
To, say we're going to be specifically looking at Oregon. And then from there, Andreen can talk about the prevalence and everything.
But even if section says Paul, yours says to talk about the rate of the disease, the incidence, the prevalence, the morbidity and mortality, and the survival, which I feel should be an epidemiological description.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I wonder if mine is more just a glossing over.
Yeah, it's the general.
Yeah, just a general, whereas Andreen's going to get more into specifically, it costs this much dealing with suicide and mental health services.
Right. Yeah, so you're just going to have like a blanket overall discussion about it, and then she's going to actually go into the more detail in the numbers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, Andreen, you're going to do the prevalence, the sequelae, and the costs and the clinical and justice aspects. And I'm going to do support for the solution, which is theory support. I feel like a lot of this is redundant. And then why it should work. So why prevention should work. And then some interventions are developed based on theory. And then both the textbook and the module offer a menu for theories. And then B, what evidence supports each theory. So what do we know? So quantitative, qualitative data and recommendations. And then each solution should address not just the clinical issue, but the social justice issue also. And then the second part of that is winners and losers, 1 to 2 slides. So who gains and who loses from the problem and who bears the cost of potential solutions. Okay, and then the conclusion is just what policy changes would be needed to achieve it and apply the Milstead process for agenda setting. Refer back as needed.
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think of what information we already have that we can put in here.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. Do you think that this is kind of gently nudging us back towards what we've already talked about?
Yeah. So what information do we already have that can be put in here? As far as suicide goes,
we've not actually done a lot of stuff on the suicide.
Right.
I had some numbers, I know, in my fact sheet about suicide, but I think that was probably just some facts. I think I got from Oregon Health Authority, just showed how many people. I just had a couple of them that I found on there, but other than that, that's probably it, huh?
Yeah.
So in the conclusion for the Milstead process, do you think she only needs just the agenda setting, or does she need all of them?
For the conclusion?
Right, because I'm looking, apply the Milstead process. So we have to go through each step of the Milstead process in the conclusion. Is that your interpretation?
I kind of get that impression. That's what made me go back to wondering if really what's wanted is for us to stick with mental health parity, not so much like suicide prevention, but going back to the original discussion of parity in Oregon. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like the first time we wrote it up as an issue, then we wrote it up as here's our policy. Now it's more of a presentation to our classmates about this issue. I kind of wonder if that's really what the point of all of this is.
So you're thinking instead of suicide, we should say mental health?
I'm just wondering, because I felt like, originally after we did the original individual papers, the first time we met to do the first group work, it kind of felt like we were herded back into just stick with mental health parity. Now I wonder if this is kind of the same thing. I mean, I may be completely off base there. Feel free to tell me if I am.
No, it's just, I think she actually wants us to, based on her email, I think she wants us to pick a clinical issue.
Okay.
That's just, and I think suicide could be it, or substance abuse. I think she wants us to pick something clinical. That's just.
Yeah, do, okay, yeah, she did say clinical, but I mean, how would we fit mental health parity into a clinical issue?
Right. Well, I mean, let's just stick with suicide prevention, and we'll find out when we send the email. If she doesn't like it, she'll let us know.
That's true.
Yeah, she will.
I mean, the only real thing we're out then is we have to do a little more legwork finding what policy is currently out there. What do we feel needs to be enacted?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How would you approach developing and implementing this policy? So she goes back to policy again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So we have to go back to, so if we go back to mental health parity for a policy, would that work for suicide prevention? Not really, huh?
No, because that was our original concern, was that parity doesn't really discuss prevention at all.
Mm-hmm.
So what about, like Andreen said, substance abuse? That might be a better topic then. Because we could go back to the mental health parity for the policy for that.
Yeah.
So do you not think we could come up with our own policy?
Well, it's just more
It has
work.
to be an existing policy?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm wondering if it has to be an existing policy or we can come up with our own recommendation of a policy that we think. I mean, I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah, we could. So what policy would be needed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could totally just make up a policy that we think needs to be in place for this, which would be education, right? Starting like
Right.
maybe a school program type policy.
And that's what I was looking, just Googling real quick. I see something that's popping up about suicide prevention policy in California.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's information out there that we should be able to glom onto.
Uh-huh.
Wow, this is actually, I wish I had known about this beforehand, because this looks like it's currently active. All of the stuff is dated from April of 2017, that it's a bill sponsored by O'Donnell in California, all about youth suicide prevention policy.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been really good to get on early.
Yeah. That would be good. I mean, I think it starts in our schools anyways. I think it starts with the youth.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
So why don't we go ahead and we'll send the email and say we're thinking of doing the suicide prevention. And then if she okays it, then at least we have a direction to go, and we can start looking at, here's going to be our recommendation. It can be as simple as there needs to be a policy, and we can use the California policy. It could be a real simple process, which should plug into the Milstead process pretty easily.
Exactly. That's what I think we can do, and I think she'll be okay with that.
Okay, I'm typing her a email right now. So,
have you guys ever have a one-on-one with her before?
No.
Oh, she's very good. Okay. She will put, yeah, because I did with my my other paper. No, she will help you. Is the only reason why I haven't had a one-on-one with her on the last assignment, because I really didn't have any time. You can get a one-on-one with her. She will answer all our questions and pretty much tell us what we can write. She's very good at that.
So I put that our topic is suicide prevention, but just in general, not
in Oregon. Yeah,
in Oregon.
In Oregon.
Okay.
And I might find time to touch base with her.
I'll just put if she feels this would be a good topic. In relationship to our previous assignment.
And then it sounds like we've got everything divided up with the exception of the conclusion.
Yeah, so I'll write that here for a second. The previous topic, mental health parity.
You can go ahead and put me down for D. You can send me that policy, Paul.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
So for
and then I can talk. I'll definitely try and talk with her because she did help me in my last assignment. Not this one, but the very first one.
Okay.
And just kind of get some clarity, and I can bring it back to the group. But it's just fitting her schedule, but I'll make it happen.
All right. And then do we need to, at the end, I was trying to look here in the assignments, do we need to submit, like we did the last time, here's, the conversations we had back and forth. So should we be sending stuff via email or through the little discussion area? I'm looking, I'm not really seeing anything.
You really mentioned it this time.
I think it's worth 5 points this time, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Actually, this time she said that last time she wasn't going to grade, but this time she was, right?
For the peer evaluations.
Oh, that was the peer. Okay. I knew there was something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Team discussion for social justice.
Oh, and Andreen, with the formatting and the APA, I like doing that too, so I can help you with that. Like maybe we can each do it just to get two different eyes.
Sure. That's fine.
So, yeah, it looks like we do need to provide a list of our discussions. Maybe that would be best to put the link to the recordings of our conversations in that discussion area.
Right. Yeah, that's what I plan to do.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
I did the minutes and stuff. Yeah, I'll just post this out there after.
That'd be perfect.
So we're gonna find out about the presentation. So so in terms of, I know the last time when I made the folders, I think I did not make them in because there is a way we can have a Google PowerPoint and a Google Doc where we can all work from at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I've done
to invites, right? And they can edit. You have to click that.
Right.
Edit.
Yeah, because that's what we're gonna have to do for this assignment is just to have one that we work on. So if you guys want, I can try and send another one, but I won't put it in a folder. It will just be the actual document.
Right.
Yeah.
And we three should have access to edit the document.
Okay. Yes, because we each have to do our own slides.
Right. And do we just want to use Frontier slides? Or do you guys want to do color and stuff? Either way is fine with me. I'm a plain Jane.
That's how I am because I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in deciding colors and adding special effects. I'm perfectly fine with the Frontier.
Me too, for sure.
Okay. So we use the Frontier. And then the only thing I was saying with the, do you guys usually write talking points for your presentations? Well, we cannot do it for the DNP, but.
Right. You mean in the notes section underneath the slide?
Right. Like, talking points.
Yeah, I usually do.
Okay, in the past, I haven't, but I really liked yours so much that, yes. You've kind of made me a believer.
I hate that we can't do it for our DNP, though. That stinks.
I know. Well, I've been kind of somewhat studying mine, but I'm not memorizing it because you have to have some interjections.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so what I can do then, I can also create like a Word document and we can put our talking points out there, because if she said only one person can present, I guess that person, we already have the talking points, so that person that decides to present can go and edit it and it's already written.
That's a good point.
Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
So I just sent her, I'm sending her an email, and then it just says, and I'm going to put you guys on here. And it just says that tomorrow's topic is suicide prevention in Oregon. And I asked her if she feels this is a good topic with relation to our previous assignment, mental health parity. And then I put the division of labor, and I put us down for that. For the presentation, I put everyone. Should I put question mark there just until we get back to her?
Yes, you give a question mark.
All right, I'll send that right now, and I need to put you guys in there. Okay, sent. And she hasn't sent back for the other one yet.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So our next meeting is 8:30.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Paul is doing A. Andrine is doing B and D, and Mindy will do C. Andrine and Mindy will work on the APA format at the end. Andrine will create 2 documents, PowerPoint and a Word, put it in Google Docs, share it with Paul and Mindy so we can edit.
And then I'll let you guys know. And I'll let you guys know what she knows about who needs to present.
Yes, and we'll be ready to discuss the chapters of the book at the next meeting.
Right. And then I'm reading chapter 19, Mindy chapter 22, and then Paul, you will pick 2 from section 1.
From section 1. Yeah.
Okay. I think we got it, you all.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay. All right, so next week, Saturday, but we can always email back and forth.
Yeah.
I'll definitely try and meet with her before our next meeting just to kind of ask her some questions. Especially about like the conclusion part, just to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's kind of iffy. It could either be really hard or really easy. I'm not sure.
All right. I mean, I think
if it's something. If it's something we can make up, then I could use that policy that Paul found about California, so it wouldn't be that bad because it's already existing. We could say, "Hey, use this," but we got to make sure the California policy is working too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by default, it's going to have to be short because we're only allowed 1 to 2 slides. So it may just have to be a summary and say we'd like to try something like California is doing. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay. All right. Well,
sounds good.
You guys have a blessed night.
You too.
All right. Thank you.
You have a wonderful evening.
Okay.
Bye.
You too. Bye.